What if I told you that one of the top 10 pitchers in all the league right now was discarded by the 2018 115 loss Baltimore Orioles? What if I told you that pitcher bounced around from team to team for 3 straight years before finally landing on the team that he's on now back in 2021? And what if I told you that that pitcher was the best pitcher in a starting rotation with guys like Garrett Cole and Luis Severino in it? If you haven't figured out who I'm talking about right now, I'm talking about Nestor Cortes Jr., starting pitcher for the New York Yankees. And trust me, as a diehard Houston Astros fan, the Yankees and us, we do not get along. Game respects game, and I acknowledge greatness where it is. Nestor Cortes has been one of the absolute best pitchers this year and one of the best stories of the past 2 years. My name is Shane, and this is the story of Nestor Cortes, 2022, Fear the Stash.
Nestor Cortes, the numbers are amazing. 3-1, 1.80 ERA.
And the 2-2. Swing and a miss, got it right by him. 2-2. Swing and a miss, got it, Baseball America. Strike 3.
A little adjustment going away, back in.
Swing and a miss.
Had a little trouble, and then you come back after the 8th. But this guy just, nothing seems to bomb.
Now, coming out of Florida, Nestor would go in the first round, pick number 9 overall to the Baltimore Orioles back in 2017. But this stint would be short for Nestor as he'd be cut after only 4 games started in the 2018 season by the Baltimore Orioles, who would go on to lose 115 games that year. Now, I couldn't imagine what that would do to a guy's psyche, a guy's mental state to be cut by a very pitiful, woeful team like the Orioles were that year. But Nestor would go on to bounce back in 2019, being signed by the Yankees, making 33 games played for them with a 1.55 whip and a 5.67 ERA with a 5.01 record. Nestor was very serviceable for the Yankees that year, but on November 25th, 2019, the Yankees would go and trade Nestor to the Seattle Mariners for a little bit of international bonus pool money. Before Nestor could even make his 2020 campaign start, a global pandemic would shut down every single sports league here in America. And until the leagues figured out what to do and how to proceed with the season, months would pass. Eventually the season would resume, but unfortunately for Nestor, it would be his worst statistical year of his career. He'd only start 5 games, give up 13 earned runs, strike out 8 with 1 loss, a 2.35 whip, and a 15.26 ERA. It's fair to say that this year for Nestor, just like many other players in the league, was very forgettable. With his contract running out that year, Nestor would go into free agency not knowing exactly where he'd end up. The Yankees would go on to offer him a 1-year deal, which he gladly accepted. Looking to prove everyone wrong and show exactly why he belongs in the league, Nestor would go on to appear in 22 games for the Yankees. He gave up 30 runs, 103 strikeouts, with a 2-3 win-loss record, to 1.08 whip, and a 2.90 ERA, having the best year of his career. And in that offseason, his 1-year deal with the Yankees ran out, and guess what? The Yankees signed him to another 1-year deal. And so far here in the 2022 campaign, Nestor started 11 games, giving up 14 runs, struck out 71 with a 5-2 record, a 0.92 whip, and a 1.96 ERA, giving him the best ERA on that team. Now you may be asking yourself, well, if he's the best pitcher on the Yankees staff, what makes him so good? What makes him better than Garrett Cole or Luis Severino this year? Nestor isn't the most talented guy. He doesn't have the most overpowering stuff. But Nestor's mastered the art of deception. Through things like changing his arm angles and how he delivers the ball, his altered timing on his windup, and his deception of hiding the ball in his glove so the batter can't exactly guess what he's about to throw, is where Nestor's been really making his money this year. Now, his fastball, it really doesn't have a lot of gas on it. It only hits 90, 91 miles an hour, average in a game. But it sneakily rises up in the zone, and he's pretty good with pinpointing where he wants to put it at, and it gets a lot of batters fooled. On top of that, he has a nice little sweeping slider that goes in to outside the zone and gets a lot of batters swinging and missing. Nestor's a good example of a guy not being the most athletic or having the nastiest stuff, but just working with what you have and being the best at what you got with what you got. Nestor has certainly been a joy for me to watch and observe him and to study him. And for other baseball fans, whether you be a Yankees fan or you hate the Yankees, appreciate the greatness because you don't get guys like Nestor all the time. If Nestor continues the trajectory that he's on this year, when his contract runs out, he's going to get a big contract somewhere else, if not with the Yankees. On top of that, if he continues to pitch the way he's pitching this year, the sky's the limit for the Yankees. Their rotation is so good that they can shut down almost any offense in the league. As of right now, it seems it's World Series or bust for the Yankees, led by Nestor Cortes at the moment, which is kind of crazy when you think about who's all on their starting rotation. Like I said, guys like Garrett Cole, Luis Severino. But I'd love to know what y'all think in the comment section down below about Nestor. And if you're a Yankees fan, tell me exactly how you're feeling about this year. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Got plenty more baseball videos like this and plenty more coming. My name is Shane, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios, mi amigos.
Hey, thank you for rocking out tonight. You could be anywhere in the world. You're right here. I got my special guest, Tyler Lee, man.
Yeah, you bringing this all from the Keystone State?
Chilling in the Empire State. Till we run the entire